feel like is a fantastic Sentinel player. So I think it comes down to just what you feel is best for you on what you want out of that role. So, you know, I'm not going to knock anyone. And Will, again, he's played Rained like the last 5 times they played Ascent, or last 5 times he's played the map. So no surprise to see him pick that up in the end.
And no surprise at all. An early surprise, some mid-control early on Ascent, something we don't often see. And they're looking to take it quick. They're looking to take it hard here, but tenz might have the angle out towards Loz. No, he looks away for a second. He's going to get shut down. There's bjor Lulu on the board. Both of those Sentinels coming online. dapr going to be taken off. Will sticking to the duelist ways, and Sentinels actually on the back foot. The remaining 2 rotating over from A. With that spike going down, you can see a nice little retake.
Yeah, it could be sick here, spotting out a couple of players. And to be fair, there's a couple of players who are very low health right now on the BBG side. So there still is some hope for Sentinels to come through, and zombs starting it the right way.
Yeah, it's tough. Low health taken down now. Will gonna try and find something. He needs to escape from the hot hands. Both of them just 1 tap away, but it is gonna be Will coming out on top. Nice little 3K to start things off, and here we go. BBG starting on the right foot.
And you can see that Sick was actually shooting a little bit faster than he probably normally would because he knew they were low health, and he was just trying to get that bullet to land to finish them off, but unable to find the mark. Good use of the hot hands to flush that player out of position, but just unable to capitalize. And so a very quick attack from BBG up middle and through that market. Just a really fantastic B split. Works out perfectly. They will be able to go ahead and upgrade to the Spectres across the board. We do see tenz and zombs getting a couple of upgraded pistols, but obviously no crazy investments being made here, so it should be a huge edge for BBG as they're looking to get that early A lobby control. They also still have presence outside B, watching for this aggression as dapr was indeed testing the waters, will be forced back, so covering all their bases. And Sentinels actually has some mid control as well now, so they actually at least could get some early intel, maybe pose a slight early threat, but it seems like BBG has some good protocols in place to handle it. Do they know about this jet, though? Now they do.
They definitely do now. Unfortunately, tenz not able to find too much there. dapr still able to pick one up, classic in hand, and walking away with a bit of HP, just trying to be a thorn in the side and hoping to hurt this bonus. They've done it for a couple of members, but BBG.
That timing couldn't have been more unreal for me as a commentator.
Right.
Like, I wonder if they know about the... Yep, they do. Okay. So you do see them now basically ending the round, right? I mean, there wasn't a whole lot Sentinels can do once the jet was kind of like the ace up their sleeve to try to throw a spoiler and things, and once that was taken off the board, it's pretty much a done deal for BBG.
A done deal indeed. Now 2 rounds, but the bonus hurts a little bit, right? Do we see the force up with the squad, or are you going to buy to where you can still afford coming into that next round? It should be Sentinels. Full rifles, just about.
Yep.
You pointed out those pistols, Dust, and look at it. It hurts the economy just a bit, right? The light shields on both Sick and tenz.
Yeah, certainly, but I mean, it's going to be okay. I mean, at least they have themselves up against the bonus round. I guess you could say BBG, who will obviously be maintaining a lot of these Spectres, so they'll still have the firepower edge in that regard. But again, if you close this with the Spectres, you can still make use of them. Looks like they are setting up to get that quick mid control. They're blocking off Catwalk so they can get that mid control, try to start working towards Pizza with that drone, try to use that to get into that market and maybe set up something similar to what you saw on Pistol Round. You know, something heavily up mid, putting that pressure, threatening defending spawn even. They're actually not committing anyone at B lobby. They've put the fake mid pressure in, but they're actually pivoting to go for a quick cat attack. But we see that Sentinels actually have a defense in place with a couple of players. They're well prepared for this.
Backed away by the paranoia. Rarkar gonna dash on, finds the first onto zombs. Again, this is the bonus for BBG, and tenz looking to make it hurt. Finds one through the wall. Sick gonna find another, starts mowing him down. The light shields don't matter. It's 3 for Sick and tenz to close it out. All 5 kills between 2 players.
Such a good read by Sentinels, and I have to say that the unsung hero that round was tenz taking control of A main, knowing that that was never going to be a threat, so they could focus their full attention on that heaven attack that was, you know, being commenced by BBG. You know, once they turned this corner with tenz having that control behind his smoke, they knew that they could just focus up. Sick didn't have to worry about his backside. He could just focus on the railings. He was able to deliver with a nice hat trick. Sick, of course, being one of the most consistent players in our region and showing you why he is so powerful. It looks like they're looking to get a little bit aggressive here on A lobby early, and they might find a couple of players.
And hot hands just to slow things down, keep control of that orb. And this is something that we see a whole lot, mostly on the attacking side, but the fight for the orb for Sick. One up top, the paranoia doesn't find it. tenz is able to trade the kill out onto critical, and Rarkar Able to sneak away for now. Tenz, unfortunately, not walking away unscathed, though. 42 HP as we go back to the drawing board in a 4v4.
Yeah, Sentinels was really hoping to get a better exchange than that. 1-for-1 is kind of bare minimum. You really want to trade 2-for-1 or get away scot-free, and they didn't do that. That means the defense is spread a little bit more thin. They have no coverage on middle. They're going to have to gamble their rotates a little bit more. You can see that Tenz is wanting to assist early to kind of cover mid as they feel that pressure on the B side, but shahzam hits a beautiful kill onto Will, and that's going to alleviate a little bit of that pressure as they have a great read with that bolt.
But the kills just keep getting traded right back. We're still even across the board, and shahzam taking quite a bit of damage in that position back towards that defender-sided spawn. And with that, yeah, it's actually looking like a full rotate towards A. Poach needs to get the spike down, but also needs to be careful. He's gotten no help yet.
Yeah, they're still making their way over here through catwalk to tree, but it looks like they'll get there. He gets behind the generator. Zombs is committed, though. A great kill onto Rarkar. Poach quick to exchange.
Able to find one. shahzam looking for the spray down onto two. Now in a 1v1. Somehow, some way, shahzam is able to net a kill. It's Poach. It's dapr. Full HP on the Cypher. As Poach plays inside the smoke and gets to play around the clock a little bit. Has a couple of shrouded steps. And I might not be in a position just yet to find it. He sees the shoulder, finds the head, and Poach with the 3K to clutch the round.
Yeah, that was really good by BBG. They knew that they had been found out by the arrow of shahzam, so they went ahead, put that ult to use from Poach, get that spike down. He played smart to get behind generator to buy time for that tree rotation. They did trade even initially, but Poach able to really just hold his ground effectively here, wins out the clutch, gets the 3K. Really good decision making with the From the Shadows. They still are going to have a couple of ults in play as well. The Empress and the Blades on the Jet, but there's 3 ults available for Sentinels as well, including that run it back. We know how powerful that can be in 6 hands. So we see them getting aggressive here in B lobby with the drone. They're going to get some nice early intel that there's no real presence in that B lobby. It's more towards spawn. Slowing down the map control of BBG.
Knives popped on both ends as well, and Zombs with that one way. Going to slow things down once more, just a bit. 4 members all stacked up here in Rarkar, looking to get aggressive.
I love this positioning from Sentinels. They already are deep in defending spawns, so they can make that quick rotation if an explosion happens, which we know is inevitable right now with BBG's positioning. Zombs checks with the jiggle peek, spots one, and Sentinels are getting some pretty good reads here on their rotations right now. They're in the right place. I like this fallback from BBG. I like that they know that they've kind of been found out, and they're actually just calling a little bit of an audible here. They're using that smoke to get some mid control, and I feel like this was a great call by BBG to bounce off the A attack because they knew that Sentinels had a read on it when they got peeked at A lobby. They're going to pivot, and they might be able to find a bit of an opening here. B site is basically being played for a retake right now by Sentinels.
And they've smoked off really the only avenue that Sentinels have to take a peek. Sick. Gonna queue up to run it back, finds a curveball into so many. 4 members gonna be stunned up. shahzam looking to find something, trying to stop the push onto the site. Does manage to find a tag, but that's gonna be it as Sick backs away. Knives in hand. Ten's gonna go toe-to-toe, but Poach sits him down. Rarkar still standing, but the kills go back and forth. The spike is planted. We're in a 3v3, and it's down to the last Zombs. All by himself, the first to spot the action early in the round to cause the rotate. Now needs to try and clutch things up with 75 health and a dream. Both members playing towards the back of the side. Both members gonna peek, and BBG just have their number.
That was such a great mid-round call from BBG, as I was saying, to pivot off of that A split, realize that they had probably caused a rotation when their Jet got spotted at A lobby, and then just go for B, where Sentinels were actually playing for retake, and they just didn't get a whole lot of use out of their ults. Tenz goes in with the daggers, gets nothing for it. Run it back, gets the intel if they're rushing B, sure, but he gets no picks with it. And then the Hunter's Fury from shahzam also doesn't land the mark. So they burnt a lot of ults there for really little value, and BBG made a great mid-round read on how they were moving. So this is a great start to the half for BBG with this new lineup up against the Titans that are Sentinels in our region. And now we have basically the full-on kind of Sheriff eco here from Sentinels.
Huge play there. It was not only, Poach waiting in the back, bjor right behind him, but they had an alarm bot set up, and it gave away 6 position. That obviously going to give up Poaches, but 1 for 0, very favorable. It is only Sheriffs for Sentinel. this far around, and I mean, they just can't get anything.
Wow.
You don't get to be sneaky against this BBG squad right now.
No, that drone picked up on tenz right away. He's going to wind up getting spammed due to the tag, and so that's 2 players down for Sentinels against all 5 still standing for BBG. Poach was spotted, sure, but they can't really do much about it, as we do see the A take coming in. There is dapr still around, but with just the sheriff to his name, he is not long for this world. BBG will swarm the site, and they should be locking this one in for a 5th round.
And at the very least, if you're Sentinels, you were hoping to chip away at that economy, maybe find a nice little upgrade, but we're so close to a flawless round here for Built by Gamers. It's all down to shahzam and zombs, and I mean, nothing to be had. Sheriff's in hand. You don't get to save anything walking away from this one. Although it does look like they are doing that. Zombs with a really long flank. I just don't think that's gonna allude to all too much here for this squad.
Nah, just nothing that they can really do. There's too many numbers still out there to have basically everything covered. There is no way to pull the wool over their eyes at this point when they have all 5 standing with basically full health. I mean, no one's really even that vulnerable. I see Zombs is just hoping that maybe someone will come his way, but more importantly, just making sure he's dying here.
Yeah.
For the economy. So 4 ults now in play for BBG going forward, including the lockdown. Just a couple of ults in play for Sentinels, though. And they're not even that close with their other 3 players. So, I mean, BBG could really go on a tear here, considering their ult economy, considering the momentum, considering the economy factor as well. You can see that 3-player Sentinels are down to 0 cadets on the rebuy. So, even with max loss bonus, they're going to be stressed out to get, you know, a good, comfortable full buy going forward if they take a loss here. So, there is a chance BBG could just pull off like a snowball-y type half right now. Sentinels need to put up a stand here and now.
Well, that's a pretty good start. Zombs able to cut down the jet. Poach trades it right back. And there's the lockdown. Now, there is a shock dart lineup here. shahzam not looking to go for it, instead waiting on that drone just to play retake. And it didn't clear out the entire site, so those nano swarms going to be used to try and clear out heaven and hell. Sick with the curveball, able to find a flash onto a few once more. That turret not going to get the info. tenz able to spray down 2. This could be the round that Sentinels needed. It's down to the last 2, make it a 2v2. As Will goes huge for another kill, looking for one through the smoke. shahzam narrowly escaping the spray through the wall. Recon bolt looking to get some information, and it might just do that to the players in heaven. No, it doesn't. And now you're not too sure. You might have to clear out Jenny, as the Empress is still on. The overheal is still on. One gonna drop down. dapr waited to do just that. shahzam able to find that kill through the wall. dapr to pick up another. Sentinels back in the win column. And you said it does, a very important round.
So huge, especially since they traded 1-for-1 and the lockdown came into play. That can kind of be a little bit scary and taxing on Sentinels to make sure they play that right, but they used the drone effectively. They didn't really allow BBG to gain full control of sight alongside the lockdown. They kind of got a little bit stalled out in the A lobby doorway. tenz was so quick. That's such a big multi-frag. That keeps his team in the round, essentially. Will did a great job to fight it back to a 2-on-2, but this drop down from shahzam and dapr to just come in together and pick out both those players under heaven, that is so strong. So just a great retake through and through, starting with tenz and then finishing off with dapr and shahzam playing together so well, dropping down to basically have their own kind of little crossfire there on both ends of that hell position. So big round to win to slow down BBG.
Not all too quiet, but no action early in this one as they're just doing their due diligence, trying to clear out everything. Nice little smoke on the catwalk.
We'll say this, though. I mean, Zombs already has A lobby control for the most part, right? He's able to push deep into wine territory. 6 getting some intel off a catwalk. Takes some damage along the way, but obviously can heal himself any moment that he chooses to, and he'll do it just right here and now. Mid control being attempted here by BBG. Poach going to put that deeper smoke down towards the defending spawn, which gives him a little bit of access to pizza market side. Puts that pressure on Sentinels to respect the fact that market can be taken and that defending spawn even could be threatened. That's why you see shahzam kind of checking it here and there. And so it could be another very heavy B attack. They have B lobby control as well, so it seems like the B split is going to be underway here very soon.
I mean, this is what's been working. Critical, gonna queue up a Huntashiri of his own. Unfortunately, not able to find too much just yet. The ult to the back of the site, but Rarkar sniffs it out and takes them both down. B site completely open at this point, and the post plants are pretty darn good. You got one out towards B main. Sick gonna drop down to Logs, be taken out immediately. tenz going up top with the shotgun, but not able to find the kills. And it's all up to Shahzam here, who's duking out inside the dark cover. Only 75 HP, make it 15, and almost 0 with another shock dart to come on through. I mean, a couple of kills might be the best that he finds. His information is given up, make it a third before falling. Critical gonna find the imposter, take him down, and BBG reclaim a lead.
Yeah, big round for Rarkar, obviously the former member of Equinox, and then before that, China Win. Very big Jet player, definitely his most played agents. I would say like 72% of the time he would play Jet. He has played a bit of smokes on Brim and Omen, and funnily enough, he has recently started playing Sky on Split, so we could see that if this goes to a map 3. But yeah, just a big round from him on the Jet, getting some big entries. And again, BBG are doing such a good job making the mid-round reads and getting that early map control to launch off of. And now they're wasting no time barreling into, again, a empty BB on site as Sentinels are playing for the retake.
Oh, but dappr's with a close angle, not able to find anything there. And again, it was a buy round for Sentinels, so their economy surely to be hurting after this as they're chopped down to just the last two players. I mean, if it's not B, it's not a BBG round win, right? So just keep hitting it because it just keeps working.
Yeah, I actually misread that. I didn't realize dapr was up close on the wall. I think when I was looking at the mini-map, another person was like right on top of him, so I didn't actually see him. I thought they were playing retake, but no, he was actually playing up close, and he got caught. And you could see that Shahzam was trying to support him from that ramp position, and he got busted as well. So BBG are just getting such clean entries onto these sites last 2 rounds. The last round was Rarkar double entry. This round is just a combo of players just barreling over the B defense that is set in place. And if something doesn't give soon, I mean, Sentinels could be in a lot of trouble here. I mean, Ascent is a map that they've, you know, again, they've had a little bit of a winning streak on recently in like their last 6 or so games. And overall, their record on the map has been, you know, up there. It's not as strong as like their Haven or their Split, don't get me wrong, but it's still a good map for them. And they're kind of getting bulldozed right now.
So what has to change now?
I don't know.
Because it's been just about every single round towards B has been a BBG win.
Yeah, I have been so impressed by BBG's movement on the map. Just how they take initial control. If they feel like they've been found out and it's not going to work, they pivot very nicely. If they full commit to a heavy push like that one, they're on top of it. They're all on the same page. No one's hesitating. You're getting the exact combo you want, right? You want to be able to hit hard and fast when you feel that it's correct, and everyone needs to be on, you know, the timing of the peaks, the trading potential. It all needs to be there. But when they feel like, okay, let's just hold back, they've been able to do that as well. They've been able to show you both styles, basically, that you want to be capable of playing, and they're doing it very efficiently. And that's scary. For Sentinels, I don't know what to say, really. Other than maybe trying to get a little bit of early map control yourself to get those earlier rotations a little bit more comfortably. I mean, that's always something that you can do. But I feel like they've done it a couple times at A lobby, and it still hasn't really helped them.
We've seen tenz get that early control out towards A. We've even seen zombs do it as well, trying to get that early position in towards one.
I like this little camera. That's kind of cool.
My gamers trying to make a play over towards A, right? Maybe telegraphing a few rounds in a row over towards B. The rounds that are working, the knives going to go wide, and Critical's going to find the kill. tenz.
That's twice now that he's popped daggers and not found anything.
Yeah, absolutely nothing with the knives there. As the round slowly starting to slip away. BBG looking to find their 8th here. As Will finds one through the wall onto Sick. The last line of defense as dapr comes up over towards Heaven. Shahzam looking to follow. The dark cover might be exactly what he needs to get away here. Only 300 credits to his name. And I guess you're really not trying to get away, right? With that Spectre, you want to go down, but you want to do some damage while doing it. He tossed out the recon bolt. Unfortunately, he is sandwiched inside of that garden area. Will with a nice little 3K. Built by gamers. I mean, they make me eat my words. I said they can only do B, but there it is, a nice little A hit.
That's twice now that tenz has popped daggers and gone down without landing a single one. No frags with daggers twice now this half. It's kind of mind-blowing. They're getting bulldozed, man. Like, it even is coming down to just as simple as being completely outgunned all across the board. Like, man for man, BBG is out-fragging Sentinels, which is considered, like, the most skilled team in the region. And when we said it in the past, like, bjor is very fantastic on the Sentinels. We know how good Will can be on the Duelist. We know how good of an IGL poach can be. Again, I thought Ambox looked way better when he was leading that team than they do now. But I couldn't have expected them to be this hot and heavy. But tenz finally responding with an op pick. This is like the first time I feel like all game long Sentinels has had an early man advantage that wasn't traded back right away.
it is finally that weapon of choice for tenz, right? That operator enhanced. The first time he's really been able to get it. Shahzam there to back him up, but there it is. There's the trade. So like you said, it's that one kill that they're able to squeak away with absolutely nothing in response. But the next one to follow up is going to be traded out. Sentinels still with that man advantage as the drone looks to get something cleared.
And to be fair, BBG's success rate on Ascent has also been quite good. I want to say that they've won like 9 of their last 10 or something like that, but it was against lesser opposition in comparison to the quality teams that Sentinels were beating recently. So you got to add that caveat, but they are not struggling here. But we finally see maybe a bit of a shutdown taking place. The Bucky up close from Sick finds critical, and this puts actually Rarkar all alone in a 1 versus 3. He's got the sight, but he doesn't have spike. And again, he is definitely outmanned here, and time is dwindling.
And I think an upgrade as well for Sick, so no longer going to have just that Bucky as the trapwire goes through. dapr gets the information, tosses out the right click, the camera, everything. Kind of just toying with their food here at this point. Spike down on the ground. dapr going to jump around, has a judge in hand, and a couple of left clicks will get it done. Sentinels back in the win column, and they're trying to inch out the best they can get here, Dust.
Yeah, I thought maybe Sentinels were going to be able to, get that done considering their positioning at tree, and they were absolutely able to pull through here. Just the shotgun duties and tenz getting that opening pick. Again, I feel like that's one of the first times, maybe the first time, Sentinels have gotten an opening pick and it wasn't immediately traded back by their opponent. So being able to ride that forward throughout the course of the round was definitely a big change that really helped Sentinels finally seal the deal on a 3rd round with only 1 left to play in the half. It's been a big half for BBG. Will it get bigger here as we see them lining up for what seems to be an A attack that will not lack in pace?
Yeah, all stacked up. Turret can get the info out towards mid just in case somebody tries to do something freaky. Rarkar quick to take the site. Sick trying to answer with the run it back. Able to find one. tenz gets one as well. That's the kill in mid. No longer going to have a flank in bjor. 3v5 Hunter Shear trying to trade it out. Hey, no better time than now to just send everything you've got as Shahzam's able to find a shock dart kill. The spike has fallen, as has this BBG squad. A flawless round in response to close out the half.
Switching sides.
Fantastic retake there from Sentinels, particularly the run it back from Sick, just getting that kill, getting so much information. And then as this plays out, we can just see how well they were able to do it. But when you look at the half as a whole, BBG were just so powerful, man, getting an 8-2 lead, just bulldozing their way through sites. They could play it slow and kind of pivot, rotate sites with their mid control, which they were very efficient at grabbing, or whenever they decided to just run it and gun it, again, they were winning the majority of the rounds where they were picking up the pace. Those last 2 rounds are the one thing that's keeping Sentinels in this map. Without those, it might be over already. So we'll see if they can build off of that, as maybe they're finally starting to pick up a little bit of steam, a little bit of wind in their sails, perhaps, as Killjoy, though, has a full utility set ready for this A attack. And they've already pushed through B lobby.
And Paranoia is going to be traded out. Nano Swarm's going to be used and stuck on the side ball himself. dapr going to get caught out on the lurk, so no longer have to worry about the Cypher. But the A hit completely underway, but almost completely stuffed. Shahzam and tenz, the last 2 standing here, and they do have that spike in hand, but Shahzam not really in a position to push that one out just yet until the door closes. The 3v2, but still incredibly winnable here. No, it is not. Rarkar with the flank of his own, able to find the kill. The Leer not going to find the blind, and Shahzam not able to find the kills. BBG strike back, and again, a very important round to keep this momentum.
Yeah, that was a fantastic setup from BBG on the pistol round. They basically dumped every single piece of utility that Killjoy has on that A archway. And all that was designed to do was, if it was going to be an A rush, he wanted to either stall them out or force them to take heavy damage to get into that site, because all the while they were double pushing through B lobby to set up the quick flank and to ensure that they had perfect intel that it was going to be an A execute, and they were exactly on the money. And they got there, and they played well. Poach obviously doing a great job from tree, getting a couple of kills as well, along with the main defensive bjor, and that rotation was there in plenty of time, thanks to the Killjoy utility stalling out. And so that's going to be BBG again winning their 2nd pistol of the game. And they're going to be able to try to build off of it here with the Spectre buy-up.
And dapr trying to be sneaky once more, but this is exactly what we saw from the attacking side, right?
Great.
Whether it was tenz or dapr in the angles, they're always cleared out.
That was a good job by Sick to drop the hot hands to at least make sure they couldn't swing on dapr and he could get him out of there. But, that's a big piece of utility off the board now, just to kind of get a teammate out of a tricky position. They're still well behind in firepower. Now shahzam's been ticked down as well a little bit health-wise.
That paranoia gets a whole bunch. It is just going to force him away. Nanoswarm going to buy some time as well. The shoulder peak just a bit too wide as the sheriffs and the marshals not enough to get anything done for Sentinels thus far. You noted it. The firepower in favor of BBG, but you definitely can't count out what Sentinels do have in their hands.
A few shares could definitely do wonders for some of the guys on the Sentinel side, but they're just getting absolutely chunked right now by the SMGs. Absolutely run through the blender. That was middle there. Only Zombs catching a frag. 4 stand for BBG at the end, and they are now up 10-4, and Sentinels basically get one last chance to dance here on Descent here, Tanner. This is their full buy. If this does not work out, they're going to be low buying for probably the rest of the game as they try to claw back up this mountain that is oh so tall now. It might be impossible to topple now, but we'll have to see. At least they're going to have the firepower edge coming to this round. It is a bonus for BBG. That's the one thing going for them. And again, they are a team that can be very explosive, and they have some heavy hitters if they're in form.
Ooh, and they're trying to make it quick here. The running gun with the Phantom from Sick. Unfortunately, not able to find too much. dapr on the way in. Needs to back out. Just about half HP. Couple of members that look like with just sheriffs trying to match the team economy here from Built by Gamers. Like you said, Sentinels, they have to get something done right here, right now, as Rarkar looks to go aggressive, up close and personal. He's going to get spotted out towards logs, forced to dash away, but dapr will find the kill, and tenz is there on stairs, looking to close out the entire site. It's all Sentinels this time around, as Poach is able to get one back, but in a 4v2, it's looking a bit difficult here, Dust.
He's able to at least upgrade up to a Phantom off of the Spectre. He and bjor will be paired up together here in the back halls, but Zombs has a good little angle here. They can hear the pistols being fired. They know exactly what they're up against, and honestly, saving this Phantom might be an idea here for Poach. He does seem to be backing off, trying to do just that. Now, bjor, having just the judge, might look to jump in and see what havoc he can create, I guess you could say. He knows that they have to escape this side at some point, and he's going to try to, you know, get in here, see what he can do. Doesn't seem like he's really going to be given really an opportunity. And so you're probably just going to see him push in and probably just die to the spike explosion or something like that if he can't wind up getting a frag. Poach, meanwhile, losing the Phantom, not able to carry it over. And so, yeah, indeed, bjor will jump into the darkness, step into the void, I guess you could say. But Sentinels just using that firepower advantage, flexing some of that individual aim, just exploding onto that B side. A great split through market, getting that mid control, something that you want to be doing on Ascent. Getting that mid control is so powerful on the attacking side. You can use it to create so many options, whether it's B splits, whether it's threatening defending spawn, whether it's being able to quickly, you know, launch right back up catwalk and A split if you have that lobby control at the same time. It really just kind of gives you that launching pad, right? It's a great foundational piece of any attacking side to be able to be effective at mid control, and that's what Sentinels were able to use that round. But now the true test comes, Tanner. The full resistance is up here. As the economy is now here for BBG, they'll have an Odin and several rifles in play.
And that Odin screaming.
Oh, no.
Poach. Oh. To be taken down. bjor is also spotted out by a beautiful recon bolt by shahzam. Going right back to the position he was once in. Pushes through the blaze, able to trade the kill back, so they still manage to play the buddy system. Sends tenz out of the same thing. I was gonna say aggressive on the site, but a bit too aggressive. bjor finds another.
Huge. Sentinels now a man behind on this attack, and around it, they seem to have a huge edge on. They caught Poach completely in awkward space. He was not expecting their timing so quick up cat. But it doesn't matter. His teammates are recollecting the round nonetheless. Now they have a 4-on-2 right now. It's only going to get better as they just now wax the site, only losing one player. The one player Poach that got caught out of position at the beginning of the round, and that was it. They cleaned up from that point forward, Tanner. How are they doing this? I thought for sure Sentinels had the jump. Once they got Poach down, they blocked off tree. They were swarming A side excellently. But it was that one little just aggressive move from bjor to get one back, get it back into a 4-on-4, and then they don't let up from that point forward. That is crazy to me.
And I mean, maybe a bit telegraphed. Wow. That right there obviously is, you know, expecting the unexpected. You have to do that. But then the cloudburst goes through, tenz tries to hop up in it, and bjor just shoots through the smoke and finds that kill. It's you know, it's a
I
round
feel
that you
like
definitely wish you could have back.
when you look at the way BBG is playing and the fact that tenz looks a bit off, it feels like that over-aggressive play style is just not working. You know, maybe he needs to pull back the reins a little bit. I'm not really sure, but that is his identity. Is the problem, and that's a great trade, but Will is going to bring it right back for BBG. Oh my goodness, the escape with the dismiss. And they have control of A lobby now and man advantage.
Rarkar was able to find a kill. The Odin gonna cut tenz down once more with the Blade Storm in hand. Critical still going to work, trying to lock down mid, finding so much damage, but dapr able to trade back to zombs at a pretty tough spot. Should he be able to find this one onto poach? Looking a whole lot more doable. Unfortunately, that spike in a pretty bad spot. The drone gonna get the information, the shots to come through. Poach gonna be spotted out, but zombs taken down. BBG to map point and dust. There's a third time that we've seen tenz with the knives not get anything.
Listen, people might get upset at me for doing this, but I wouldn't be doing my job as an analyst if I didn't point this out. tenz has gotten 0 value out of his ult this entire game, and he's popped it at least 3 times. And look, tenz is normally a fantastic player, perhaps the best we have in the region. And he was no shortage of having impact throughout the entirety of the VCT when he was playing for Sentinels for the Masters event, where they wound up winning it. He was one of the best players on the team when they did so. So it's no mark against him as a player overall, but today, in this moment, on Ascent, he has not been able to add the value that this team would normally use to launch them into victory. It has been BBG absolutely shutting him down left, right, and center all across the map. Meanwhile, they are just snowballing frags together. They have had no shortage of being able to mow down Sentinels.
There.
In the buy coming to this next one for Sentinels. You see the Spectre on 6, so not everybody in the hottest spot, as the market door has been closed. Hyper Cage gonna buy some space, and Critical looking to clear things out once more. This drone from Critical has been so huge, clearing out every time, usually spawning somebody out who's trying to do something fishy.
Yeah, we could see that they were kind of pushed off B lobby due to that drone. Now we see Sentinels looking to reclaim control of that. They already have control of market. Critical's making sure they can't get into defending spawn. Darts are being launched in here into the site. Now the Hunter's Furies are being exchanged. Bjor and Critical both land. What a massive blow to Sentinels that was. And it might be over now.
Down B. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, it's all up to tenz here in a 1v5. A Sheriff and a Marshal try and get things done. The Sheriff with his deputy by his side. That Marshal, the dash away, the shot from behind. Rarkar with the op, and BBG will grab map 1.
Maybe one of the biggest winning streaks like in Valorant history so far when you look at their past streak on Haven, you know, just right before that loss to Envy. So yeah, if they're ever going to come back in a series, it's definitely going to be this map, and I fully expect it, to be honest. dapr is so good on the Cypher on this map. Like, if you ever want to learn how to play Cypher on Haven, watch how dapr plays the attacking side of this map. He is so good at creating presence at A side, but having sick timings on lurks up through B and garage, and just doing whatever he needs to do for the team.
If there's ever a time to need to win a map, it's right now for Built by Gamers. You don't want to go over to Split after we just witnessed the massacre that was the 13-0 over that Sonic squad. And percentage-wise, I believe the highest, 81% to the 79 on Haven for Sentinels. As it looks like an early B take. Sen's going to hop on in, look to get that spike down. A couple of shock darts might deter. It is going to find the kill, but the spike is down. So we find ourselves in a post plant, but the kills are starting to come on through, and Rarkar able to get on the board out through mid. Sick from downtown, finds the dink, backs him away, and there's dapr to back him up. Looking for the next. It's low HP as BBG against the clock, down a player. Spike halfway defused those. Will still standing strong on the Phoenix. No utility to his name. Shahzam playing out towards headshot. dapr low HP as well. Recon bolt for the bait. Shahzam for the 3K, and it was winnable, but Sentinel still steal it away.
Yeah, that was a back and forth round for sure. Sentinel's getting that plant in, but it came at the cost, of course, of tenz. You had the sacrifice there to get it, so it was a very quick 4-on-4 post plant. But in a post plant, there's not much firepower in play, and you have full mid control, and you're also able to stop the garage flank from coming into fruition, which is exactly what Sentinels did. They shut that down very well. It just, you know, jetted the victory. And we do see BBG, though, actually buying up fully here. This is a little bit of a dice roll. Bold strategy, Cotton.
Very. It heavily affects that full buy, right? You get that around late. We'll see if that is going to be the case. It was just light shields, but it's only specters for the most part. I believe shahzam did force up.
Ooh.
No.
Did they see Rarkar's weapon there when they sent the drone through? That could have alerted Sentinels to what they're up against. They might now have the read that they're up against the force buy. I'm not sure what they shot the drone down with. If they shot down with the pistol, they may not have the idea, but we'll have to see here, as we do see Sentinels pivoting up C, which is wide open. BBG are having to play a retake on C side. Again, this map is so large, you kind of have to gamble a little bit in rounds like this and just play for the retake. That's exactly what they're going to have to do here. Sentinels have full control. Spike will go down any moment. And they also still maintain control of a long C position.
And what I will say, what bodes well is the hot hands was used, so nothing really from downtown stop that spike outside of the rifle shots. A couple still playing on the site. Both hot hands of his own, queuing that one up, waiting for the hit. There it goes. Quite possibly clears out. Yep, it would have cleared out Zombs' position. Instead, Zombs is dead towards the back of the site. The payoff here in the force. It's all coming together as shahzam, the last one standing, goes down with a shock dart from Critical. A flawless round in response. They flipped the coin, and it landed on Built by Gamers.
That was purely a situation where BBG were so confident in their retake, right? They had it set up. You can see them lining up all their utility. They have drilled that, you can tell in practice time and time again. That was so clean on how they approached it, how they isolated angles, how they moved players off with the hot hands, how they swept in and just made sure that they were always kind of facing players at the same time and never really giving a 1v1 to Sentinels. Sentinels obviously having to play more offside with a couple of players, particularly their Sova trying to watch for a C flank. That kind of lightened the load a bit, but still, all in all, that was just so well coordinated by BBG to, you know, gamble the force buy, lose the sight, but just have such a great 5-on-5 retake. And that, oh man, Critical, you dirty dog.
Ooh, I don't think they were expecting this type of force, though. Both Sick and shahzam on the Phantoms here in this round. Unfortunately, their player down. As tenz was taken down by Rarkar, trying to sneak in through that B site. With a bit of utility and a couple of kills away from having that run it back online. These could be the two right in front. Obviously, unbeknownst to him, we see these alt orbs right in front of him.
Great paranoia from Poach, just countering the paranoia of their opponent so they can't really come in and punish Poach being stuck in his corner position. He'll even smoke for coverage as well. And BBG are absorbing this pressure just fine. They had the 4-on-3. They didn't lose anyone there. They're still stopping Sick from making progress on this ace, but now they have Rarkar on the flank.
And I don't know if he was spotted out there. He is playing a bit safer. Sick taking quite a bit of damage, forced to use the hot hand. shahzam is able to find one with the Sheriff in hand, and I possibly toss that weapon on over to the teammate, the Phantom that he had before. Rarkar knocked down to 2 HP, but Sick unable to find the kill. The blades are also now online.
If he could have stopped Rarkar, there was actually still hope for Sentinels in this round, but now it seems so unlikely with so little time. But Zombs, what a huge double kill from him. He's opened the door back wide open. It's Omen v Omen for the round.
And this spike, just enough time to get it planted. Poach. New IGL for this BBG squad. Zom's gonna back away. 2 HP. He gets taken down. A round that Sentinels tried to steal back, but Built by Gamers still able to pick it up. And now, Dust, we get to see what does that do to the economy. 9 players dead here.
Oh my goodness, man. I thought BBG had that thing wrapped up when Rarkar gets that flanking kill onto Sick. They had such a big edge from that point forward, but Zombs almost reeled that one back in. He made his own little push. That was a great kill from Critical early, and he gets orb. Obviously, tenz just trying to make an individual play, gets caught. This kill huge. They get a super big advantage, but Zombs makes a nice individual double kill of his own, gets that spike down, but Poach wins out the 1v1, and so now BBG up 2-1, and Sentinels, even with that plant economy not quite there, they're going to have to go on the Sheriffs and the Spectre. Denying intel is dapr, of course, with that cage. Critical in the meantime takes a mid-peek and wins the battle. That's tenz down again early.
And that absolutely hurts. Critical still going to work. Is going to fall, but a 2-for-1. You will gladly take that. Rarkar now stepping up into the front lines with the blades in hand. Also has a Vandal. could he choose to use and need to take those long-range rifle battles? It's only the sheriffs here, and this absolutely hurts. I believe one Spectre, that being in the hand of zombs. You can't count Sentinels out, though.
You can't. I mean, they have Hunter's Fury. If they can get a plant, then they can obviously kind of seal the deal. But they need to find, like, 2 kills, basically. They need to somehow get man advantage back and not give up anything in return. That is a tall ask considering how BBG have been playing here. Rarkar still defending this window position, not allowing them access. Has the blade somewhere available as well for that extra bit of movement accuracy, of course, and the precision of the dagger. Will still keeping tabs on B from the link, but he's not overcommitted. He's going to be able to back off if he needs to help play for the retake. Oh, never mind. dapr hits a blinder there. That is going to be spiked down, and shahzam has control of the link. That's so huge.
Paranoia gonna go wide, doesn't find shahzam. It does hit zombs, but it doesn't matter. Poach to fall no matter what, and BBG now on the back foot. Playing against the clock as a spike planted for this A-Link area. Zom's gonna get dinked through the wall. The Phantom not enough to take him down, but the knives are. The Blade Storm starting to pay off here for Rarkars. It looks to push through a cloud burst of his own. Hunter Fury gonna try and deny things for a moment. dapr just trying to sneak away and buy as much time. He hops up and he's taken down. Rarkar might have the time, might have the space. The Hunter Fury coming from mid here as shahzam pushes on up the dagger, or not the dagger, excuse me, the recon bolt. Might just buy enough time. It's halfway through the smoke. They go, and Sentinels, some way, somehow, make something out of nothing.
Man, I feel like it really comes down to 2 things. One, dapr getting that sheriff pick to not allow the onlooking player to get away and stay alive and just play safe for the retake, and then shahzam getting the control of the link. Getting this link control is so big because it means that you're not funnel playing post plant for one position. You can, you know, threaten multiple angles, and it's less things you have to worry about the defending side coming through when they're going for the retake. So it just allowed them to kind of minimize their responsibilities and just be way more efficient. And then, I mean, Rarkar, you got to at least give him a round of applause, bro. He tried. That was such a sick dagger on dapr, and he almost clutched out the 1v1 against shahzam. Nice try, buddy.
And this is where it all starts to fall apart. tenz with an operator in hand, especially on this attacking side. Gonna get a whole bunch done. bjor doing everything he could. Unfortunately, not gonna be enough. And a neural theft on top just gives away the round to Sentinels practically as Poach waits for his teammates to bring up the rear. This has been back and forth, but it's looking like Sentinels will find themselves in the lead.
Yeah, this was a nice little hit on A. Just rapid, big op picks from tenz. Not allowing bjor to escape either. Able to take him off the board. Just, you know, clean entries here from Sentinels. They didn't lose any players along the way. Barely even lost health. I think tenz got dinked on a dash to the double stack box, but that was really about it. Now, Critical here in the post round, basically, will be able to pick up zombs, so forcing a little bit of rebuying on Sentinels. In fact, a little bit more rebuying now as dapr's gone down. So Ambox getting some big X's. This is very costly for Sentinels. Yeah, they win the round, but it's not like they have a lot of cash reserves built up, so forcing these rebuys is pretty huge. Could be a problem in the long term for Sentinels, although, again, a great victory there. Just a very quick attack that comes out nicely.
And somehow this awkward economy has actually worked. shahzam, I think, wanted to buy a Phantom in second round, but then didn't, and bought a Sheriff instead, but bought a Phantom in third after losing the second. Some way, somehow,
it's been a wild
enough
ride.
Credits to drop over, some weapons and get everybody online here. Now, Rarkar, you can't really say the same about this squad. Only the judge, you got a Bucky out here, and it is that pre-nerf Bucky, but this is,
well,
it's looking pretty grim.
Yeah, you have tenz already on the alt here, and so they're going to see the heavy C split come into play. dapr already helping get some mid control here. They've already drone C'd, seen that all the close angles are clear. The only thing they don't have clear is backside and the back halls itself, but Poach and company getting mid control, denying dapr's lurk, and giving themselves man advantage on what's going to be a C retake. So BBG minding their P's and Q's and playing this out as well as you could hope for so far. Can they capitalize now, though?
Oh my goodness, Critical with the shock darts. The kill's gonna be traded right back though as Poach gets on the board for a second through the smoke. tenz will fall. If you blink, you missed it, folks. That round came and went, but it went in BBG fashion.
Yeah, I feel like BBG's definitely done their homework. When Sentinels last played Haven, it was against FaZe in the grand finals of Masters, or maybe not their last time Haven, but their last like really big match on the map, right? And they were very C dominant in that game. They were very reliant upon tenz and sick being the tip of the spear and running these different C splits. And so you could see BBG have put a lot of time into how they set up their C retakes, particularly how they're dropping hot hands on the default spike zone, how they're causing a scramble, and then they peek through smokes with the judge. You know, they kind of wait to create some chaos first, and then they come in together. And they're just doing a great job with their ability combos to pry open sites back. And it certainly helped that they got early mana advantage by stopping that mid portion of the attack, right? They kind of cut one side of the split off and made sure that they had mana advantage going into the retake. That was so well done.
And so much respect given. Poach actually giving up the site for a moment. Tries to creep back on, but Sick gonna deny entry here in this one. The spike yet to make it to the site. It is bringing up the rear now, and I'm surprised that we haven't seen dapr on the flank all that often just yet.
Yeah, this was a wild round from Sentinels. They kind of just crept their way into A. They kind of just tried, peeked their way in. It was basically left open for a time, as you said. Poach tries to come back. Wasn't even really sure that they had taken that much space. But yeah, they're able to just get such a clean take without really having to put forth much effort. Again, there was no resistance there. They just kind of crept up, not having to use too many abilities. Now they get to save them all basically for the post plant. BBG looking like they're trying to work out a retake here. They had to run it back in the neural theft, but they're down a man and time's running out.
And they're so worried about the flank. You see where Critical's at, and it might just lead to an eventual save as tenz able to cut down bjor up top. So bjor not being able to save, but the remaining three. And I love the respect. So much respect at the beginning of the round, so much respect here at the end. Sentinel say, you know what, let's just stick together as 5. We don't want to damage our economy anymore. They got too many exits that last time.
Yeah, this is just a tooth and nail battle right now, man. An absolute slugfest. Both these teams throwing haymakers at each other, and they're both cracking the jaws of each other here. I mean, this has been a wild ride, man. I'm just kind of strapped in and enjoying it, bro. You know, I'm not trying to think too much. I'm just trying to have a good time, and they're certainly delivering on that front if you're looking for an entertaining match. The Sentinels maybe once again looking to put on that heavy A pressure. This time they are going to deal with Rarkar, who has the operating. He's looking to go for a sewers peak at that A lobby position, so that could really be the tell of how this early round's going to go.
Oh, an early cam,
Countered.
an early owl drone. Gonna get so much information, so unfortunately not too much to be had there. It's looking like another A hit, though. Sentinel say, hey, if it works, let's just keep doing it.
Absolutely. They now with that orb had to run it back as well to ease the strain of going for the initial entry, to basically have a free body to throw out there to get that intel, maybe get that pick. They have no presence anywhere else on the map, however. They do have, obviously, a tripwire kind of guarding their flank position for now. But, yeah, they are very committed. But look at the BBG defense. They're in spot. They have their own run it back. They have the neural theft. They have the op in the hands of Rarkar. So they're well set up for this A attack. Now, their 2 rotators are well out of position. They're having to basically give up B and just guard the garage position and long C. And nothing is really tipping them to rotate just yet. So this could be a problem. Even that can doesn't really tell them much. That does.
No. Yeah, nice paranoia. Poach actually going to find the first on to tenz, though. That run it back, still looking to get value. Instead, it's dapr. Will use one of his own, and they just run down the body. Sentinels find 3 quick kills on this site, traded for 1. And in a 2v4 retake, I mean, you're probably looking at another save here, Dust.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, he spots a lot with that drone, and bjor tries to come in, but he gets caught by the cam. Critical, nice little shock dart there. Gets what he turns it back into a 2-on-3, and again, there is the neural theft in play for bjor. If he gets that kill, maybe they actually can do it. Critical comes in as well. It's only 1 left. It's sick.
It does have some utility. Blaze wall, curveball, hot hands, all available. Flash comes through. bjor trying to find the spray down. There goes the hot hands, the kill to come through. And do they have the time and the angle? Yes, they do. We are knotted up at 4s. Back and forth we go.
Oh, the hot hands didn't just quite go far enough. I thought it might actually push off the diffuser, but it was a little too shallow. And somehow they just did a 2-on-4 retake. Yeah. What is that?
You know,
I
want to interject before you break things down. Critical has been an absolute madman, and I thought kind of quiet on map 1, but on this map, so insane. His drone's insane. His shock darts, absolutely bananas.
And if you're Sentinels, you have to be scratching your head because you basically just threw the kitchen sink at him and still lost the round. Like, what more can you do than that? I mean, they got a clean take. They had a 4-on-2 post plant. They were positioned well. And then BBG just rip it back open somehow. Great individual kills, particularly Bjor's facing on the site to get that neural theft off in a 2-on-2 situation to take that one through, and man, that was impressive. And now look at Critical's drone getting so much intel at middle. It's gonna be a C-take though.
And well, there's the spike. Imposter down through the smoke of the cyber cage. Will's able to grab one. Critical back to the drawing board, finding kills on his counterparts. Cypher v Cypher, Sova v Sova in this round, and tenz trying to do anything he can with the close angles. Shot through the box. The operator, unfortunately, not going to find too much, and they have to find a way as, I mean, they're just going to nest egg right on top of Mama Bird on this C site.
I love the discipline. They are not facing Sentinels in any type of unnecessary angles, right? They have the spike down, they have a cam set up, they have crossfires established, and they are not looking to overextend. They're looking to ride this one out. Rocker on that flank. Misses the shot, but I mean, who cares? Critical is just mowing him down, gets the hat trick on the round, and I mean, I guess, don't just have to see retake. You can just hold it, apparently. I mean, they absolutely crushed that attack from Sentinels. And again, Sentinels were super impressive on some of their C-takes throughout that Stage 1 Masters event. With tenz on board, they were crushing teams with their just fast-paced attacks with tenz and Sick at the tip of the spear. But that blade's been blunted, it seems. They just look, again, just not nearly as potent as normal. And meanwhile, BBG are looking as impressive as ever. They've come back from behind, and that round they actually just shut it down.
Sentinels looking to go back to the drawing board on this one. Spike still down in the spawn, trying to find whatever they can. I think a pretty labored buy. We see a Phantom here in the hands of Sick, but I think I just heard a Sheriff shot. tenz might also be on that Sheriff. Arkar looks away at the wrong time. That's Operator down. Now tenz could look to pick that one up should he leap onto the site. As Sick finds another, looking to tie us up once more. The Sheriff starting to come online, and Will now needs to hold it down through the smoke. He'll go, and the neural theft to give out the information. I don't want to count him out, but Dust, it is looking pretty difficult in a 2v5.
I do think Sentinels may have wrapped the bow on this one, particularly with that neural theft. It's kind of the insurance policy to get that final bit of information. They had such a clean take, just getting that operator down on B, being able to just run everything according to plan on this round for Sentinels, only losing one player along the way. Poach only man standing, and we've seen some clutches, but this, okay, come on now.
Poach able to find two. Paranoia might find the third. He does do just that. Now in a 1v1, needs to find zombs, and he is very healthy and rearing to do so. Looking to clutch to the back of the site, playing the ring around the Rosie, and a 4K for Poach to clutch it up for a 2-round lead.
I don't get it, Tanner. How does this keep happening? It just seems inconceivable that BBG would just continue to get rounds like this. They got a 2-on-4 not just moments ago, and now Poach pulls off a 1v4 where they have essentially like a double crossfire on the guy. Look at this player positioning. They just keep facing him for no reason. They just keep giving him 1v1s. Crafty use of the paranoia there from Poach in the late round to get yet another 1v1. But Sentinels are just absolutely dropping the ball, and I almost said Ambox because Poach still has it in his tag in game, but I mean, the former Ambox member, Poach, just having a huge moment there. BBG, oh my, I can't see how they lose now. When you've just done that, how do you lose?
And another read over towards C. We're going to find that kill onto tenz, and the Hunter's Fury's going to be traded out. Sick gets one back, as does zombs. They're trying to right their wrongs for the last round, but even with the disadvantage, you cannot count out this Built by Gamers roster. The spike down on the ground. Poach going back to his killing ways. 6 out of the last 10 in the last few rounds. Now Shahzam with 30 HP has to become an absolute madman. Only 3 rounds in the magazine. Make it 7 out of 10. Members of Sentinels going down, falling to the hands of Poach, Dust in the last round of the half.
Tanner,
it's been so close until right now.
Tanner, I'm going to be real with you. I would normally never say something this early in a game, but I honestly don't see how BBG lose now. They just won a 2-on-4, a 1-on-4, and then they just had that happen. Like, if Sentinels are not winning those types of rounds where they have ridiculous man advantages and clean takes, like, how are they ever expected to be successful? Like, I can't, like, they would have to make a crazy mental reset right now, which, again, they have a lot of skilled players, and they do have some grit in them. They have some experience under their belts. I mean, it's possible, but, bro, it just seems like BBG are unstoppable tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, outside looking at least from my perspective, I would say Sentinels look a little shook. But
Yes.
like you're saying, they're probably sitting as calm as a cucumber as you could possibly be. And
I'd
just
be shocked
thinking,
if they were, because look, I mean, you can even tell in just kind of their demeanor in their default. Like dapr doesn't even feel as confident playing some of his more aggro lurk plays. He's had to kind of just be more with the pack just to ensure they had the manpower to trade a little bit better. You can tell they've had to make some adjustments to how they normally play to compensate for how much pressure they're getting from BBG. They haven't been able to be as explosive as they normally are, right? Their attacks have been a little bit more jarring, a little bit more disjointed. BBG definitely have impact on their mentality, I feel like, as far as the type of calls they like to make. I mean, look at this. That's like a desperation play, but tenz able to make the trade.
But right back to it. It's the buddy system. Will and bjor going to get on the board. The spike going to fall. And again, it's just the nest egg. You get to just sit right on top of the spike. Now shahzam looking to go to work. And is now the last one standing. Sick spotted out, sniffed out on the flank. And 1v3 in the last round of the half. Curveball, recon, bolt, everything except for the kitchen sink for Will to net the last kill. 8-4 at the half. This is exactly where we found ourselves on Ascent Dust. And here we go. Momentum on the attacking side for Built by Gamers.
Yeah, man, this is wild. Like, Sentinels are a team that, on average, have like a 60% attacking win rate on Haven. Now, granted, that's, before the roster change included in that, so those results are a little bit bad. But let me just run you through some of the attacking side that they've had recently. Against FaZe Clan, both times in Masters, they won 10 rounds of attack the first time in the grand final, and then when they played FaZe earlier, they got 7. They got 8 attacking rounds and 100 Thieves early on in that bracket. Rewind, before the Envy loss. 9 attacking rounds and 100 Thieves, in the Challenger system. 7 against FaZe, 7 against xset, 7 against Gen.G. I mean, they're consistently able to put up rounds attack inside. That half, 4, bro. 4.
And
that's like half their average lately.
Yeah. It really feels like that's the result of, everybody's been saying it. When you're at the top, everybody's watching your tapes, and they're finding the kills traded right back, though. tenz able to pick one up, but the buddy system on a map with 3 sites, it still continues to work for BBG.
Again, I can recall one round this entire series so far where BBG has not had an immediate response frag to a pick from Sentinels. And that was the opening op pick tenz got at middle, second half of Ascent. It has been so crisp from BBG to be, on top of the ball. And now they're trying to go for this quick attack. Great hot hands to slow down this attack, though. That must be said. Great job from Sick there. He's doing a great job stalling this attack and forcing them to divert.
And Will forced to use his own there. As bjor spots out zombs back of the head, the shots will land. Trying to trade it back and forth. The shotgun go out from shahzam. Ghost v Ghost, and bjor comes out on top. And Sentinels are starting to fall apart. Sick, the last one standing, and sure, had a pretty good hot hands earlier, but now needs to find 4 kills on top of it, and he's not able to do it. Will grab another. BBG will grab another, and surely they will punch their ticket to double digit.
There's no way they're losing this game now, dude. I can't see a way. I really can't. They just seem unstoppable. Look at this. They actually start to get shut down. Immediate trade. Then their C attack gets, crushed a little bit. They have to call an audible. And the audible is bjor just taking control of A-Link by himself. 2 clean kills. And that's the round over with. And now, I mean, Sentinels have to concede 10. They have to get their economy back. Bro, they might be looking at the open qualifiers for Challengers 2 here in a second. The best team in the region.
I mean, how uncharacteristic Sick is just standing outside mid doors to take heaps of damage. tenz also looking for a trade out towards mid and just takes a bunch of damage. They can't seem to find anything. Now, like you said, this is a round we're expecting to go BBG's way, but
their game planning has been so on point this series, bro. Just watching how they're moving across the map together, watching the reads they're getting and how they're using them. Like, I'm so impressed because, again, this team has made a drastic change after stage 1. Changing out Rob Wiz and Pho, bringing in Poach from Anabox, bringing in Rarkar from Equinox, and making it work very quickly from what we're seeing in this series. As they're about to get a free C site around that Sentinels are not invested in, so it should have been a formality anyway, but we'll see that round tick to 10 here very shortly. Unless somehow Sentinels pull off some type of crazy death by 1,000 paper cuts type situation with these pistols, but it's doubtful, especially with Will coming in behind.
And there's that flank, just mowing them down. Bjor's able to pick one to kick things off. Swaps on over to the Ghost, and tenz is able to get one, only hurting the economy of that one. So Will, maybe not going to be in the best bonus. As zombs picks up a weapon, even with the upgrade. Critical going to come out on top. 10-4. Sentinels need to mount their attack right here. I guess defense, rather. Right now.
This is basically it, man. This is last chance saloon right now. They're full buying with 0 credits to spare on 4 of their players after the purchase. Even as they approach max loss bonus, think about how strained it will be, truly, going forward the rest of the game. If they lose here, they are force buying the rest of the game to save their tournament lives.
This goes here.
BBG had them up against the ropes. They've landed a heavy blow. The rest given the count. What is Sentinels going to do in response? Can they shake away the cobwebs and actually get their footing back? Or are they about to get stamped out? BBG is going to have their gloves hoisted.
The battle of the sprays down C long. Will could net that alt orb. Now they run it back on a line, and we'll see.
Oh, that only alt in
that
play
is
this round
employed.
as well, by the way. And it could be massive.
Yeah. Again, yeah, this is a pretty big round. Even if Sentinels lose this round, they could save the next. And then, okay,
I like that angle.
Critical off the board. Nice little off angle from tenz, playing back towards that back of the site B, or
yeah, he was
on top of that
boosted
gong
above
there.
gong. Like, I haven't really seen that used so much. That was kind of crazy to pull that out now. But here comes to run it back.
Ooh. Heaps of information, though. Paranoid to slow things down. Curveball. Will goes to the back of the site and cuts down 2, but tenz is there to battle right back, trying to escape away. But again, the buddy system online for BBG means we find ourselves in a 2v2. The spike going down, sick on the flank once more, and this one not going to get sniffed down. Poach able to sneak away. The shots go wide, and Poach sets him down. Dapr comes out of heaven. Will with the 3K, and Sentinels completely fumble the round.
Stick a fork in him, bro. Just do it. It's misery at this point. Sick literally had the perfectly timed flank that they were not at all prepared for, and he completely missed the mark. tenz, by the way, tip your hat to him. Miracle play here to keep his team in the round, and then they just, like you said, fumbled the ball at the goal line. But again, the flip of that coin is BBG are just so together as a team. They, again, are barely ever giving Sentinels just like a fair fight 1v1 duel without an immediate response or without someone being there from the get-go. Their spacing is on point. They're playing off each other so well. I can only imagine the comms must be so high right now. And they are about to do it, bro. They're about to perhaps pull off one of the biggest upsets we've seen in a while in this region. A brand new team, essentially, or at least half the team's new. BBG, a team that their resume is not that impressive, man. Like, they've had a couple of top 8 finishes, I guess. You know, in a few events here and there, mostly smaller events. But they're about to topple the Titans of the region right now. The recent Masters champs are about to be out in the Challengers 1 qualifier.
And they are taking it.
Let that sink in for a second, because
slow.
that's massive, man. Again, that means they have to play the open qualifier for Challengers 2. With only 4 potential spots available from that open qualifier for Challengers 2. And you miss that first window for Masters qualification, right? Or for regional finals qualification, right? 4 spots come from Challengers 1. They might not even be a part of it. In fact, it's looking very likely they won't be.
There they are.
Well, here we go. This round going to be very telling. It's a force up coming out from Sentinels, buying everything they can to try and stop match point. But Poach on the board first. Now running out of time. They're going to split the uprights. No, Shahzam finds it on a critical again. That's a huge kill to have as tenz. He's going to go up top, but he gets that down again. Fortunately, Sick able to back him up. Bjor will do just the same, and it's all down to the last, a 1v1. The Cyphers, the Judge, and Dapr will find the round win to keep Sentinels hanging on.
Yeah, go ahead and give yourself a look, buddy, because that was impressive from Dapr. Right when it looked like the door was being slammed in the face of Sentinels on this map and series, and, well, really the whole Challengers event, Dapr had a little bit of a drop kick through the door there. With the Judge from downtown gets to... Bro, if I'm Bjor, I'm a little heated. I'm a little heated if I'm Bjor. Did he have full health there?
No, he was
okay, I didn't see his
very
health
low.
bar. Oh, okay.
Yeah, incredibly low.
Okay, that's fair. Oh yeah, he's never mind.
Like
I don't know what
6
health
HP
bar
or
I was
something.
looking at, Tanner, but I'm glad I have you here to snap me back to reality because that was a very inaccurate statement. To be fair, I posed it as a question. I gave myself an out, and you helped me escape. Thanks, bud. That's what
I mean,
that's what we're all here for.
Impressive either way, though, for
Yeah.
dapr to clutch that one out.
Yeah, that took a Herculean effort, and he was able to do it. But I mean, still, so much ground must be recaptured here for Sentinels. They must be flawless, essentially, to win in regulation, at least.
And it will be a full buy, I believe. Rifles across the board. Op shot from tenz, gonna net the first kill, but traded right back, and bjor is there to sit the operator down. Critical to Hunter's Fury. Bjor to find another. There's the neural theft for the information, but sick. The run it back, the flank, the information with the spike planted. It will be sent back from whence it came, and Critical still alive and kicking. Rarkar looking to go on the aggressive. 30 HP in a dream. Will be sat down. 2v2 once more. dapr no longer alive to clutch this time around. As built by gamers, look to push this one to match point.
Yeah, no alts. It all comes down to aim and teamwork. That's a great paranoia.
Enemy remaining.
Maybe no time, though. Critical able to find the first kill. Completely void of the paranoia. Zombs looking to get on the side. Has to find 2 kills. Not able to do that. BBG 12-5 and 1 round away from dethroning the NA Kings.
Oh my goodness, man. This is so spicy. I mean, it's not as if I want to see Sentinels fail. I have no dog in this fight, despite what some viewers may think. You know, I'm just here to watch good Valorant. We've been delivered that in spades, man. BBG, again, I can't commend them enough on their game planning and their execution of that strat book. And then Sentinels, again, you'd be lying to yourself if you could watch this game and be like, yep, Sentinels came in full form today. They didn't. It's a combination of the two, man. Usually the case.
Early control over towards A main, and that sewers area is going to be given up by zombs, and even more over towards C long. Has been sniffed out by poach, so knows dapr is there. Critical to find that first kill. No, okay, he doesn't know dapr is there. Now we're even, and that neural theft online. There's a lot of time on the clock, so maybe a bit premature to get all that info.
Yeah, it's just like you can't guarantee you'll get another opportunity to do that, right? So you might as well take it where you can. And at least it denies BBG a chance to capitalize on a very early push somewhere. They've had to kind of wait things out. It allows, you know, Sentinels to readjust their own personnel. It's going to be a quick dash in for the plant. It's been spotted, but it can't be stopped, it seems. Or never mind, tenz is trying.
Ooh. No, the plant goes down. dapr is able to find the kill, but with the spike down, BBG, they get to play the retake. They're down a player. Health bars are low. Will looking to spray through the smoke, taking some damage in response. bjor on the flank finds one. The defuse now being stuck by shahzam. No, he's forced to hop off. The kills will come through, and there it is. BBG first across the finish line. We'll see him in the close qualifiers, and they dethrone the NA Kings.
Not only did they dethrone them, bro, they absolutely blasted them. Wasn't it both maps 13-5 in favor of BBG? They barely even allowed the Kings double digits across 2 maps.